Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Racha, Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles and their elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder of this camp, Aharwan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akian pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a lesson, and basically the title of this lesson is this word on the etymology dictionary. Hubris, and we all know who walks in hubris a lot. Esau, the border of wickedness. 2/3 of our people, they walk in hubris too. you know. But mainly this is focusing on Esau and just pretty much the definition of this word and what it means, and I'll get a couple of scriptures to correlate. Without further ado, get right into it. This is Psalms 83, verse 1. It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. And this is David praying to the Most High, asking the Most High to keep not silence, to not be still, to see what's going on with him. That's basically why he's praying, to see what's going on. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So our enemies, the enemy of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, makes a tumult, a riotous noise. Against who? Against us. They have lifted up the head against our people, against Yahweh Yahushua. And that they who's lifted up his head is Esau, or Edom, the border of wickedness, or the nation of Edom. But let's continue. And they are our enemies according to the Bible. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Let's continue. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And as you know, Esau and what? His hubris. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and read that definition real fast. It says, 1884, a back formation from hubristic, or else from the Greek hybris, which means, you got wanton violence. You have insolence and outrage. Originally, presumption. This is another definition for the word hubris. Overbearing pride or presumption. And Esau, in his hubris, his overbearing pride, he has taken crafty counsel against our people, which are the children of Israel. But again, let me read verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So again, in Esau's hubris, he has taken crafty counsel, slick counsel, cunning counsel against the children of Israel. In his hubris, he's consulted against the hidden ones, which are the children of Israel, the nation. The Most High's, the apple of his eye, his possession, his jewels, which are the children of Israel. Verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So Esau and his flunkies, or the other nations, the other heathen nations, they have all agreed to come against us and cut us off from being a nation, that our name be no more remembered in the land, that we would not know that it was Israelite. So it's been purposeful stopgaps, and Esau has literally paid millions and billions of dollars to keep the fact, or keep the information or the truth about us being Israelites from us, or a secret, a well-guarded secret. And this is how they did, or they're an attempt to cut us off from being a nation, because for a long time our people didn't know there was Israelites until the 60s, starting with Abba Bibbins. Salaki Abba Bibbins, Salaki. That's when it started. All the way up to now. See, by that time Esau was trying to, he was doing good keeping that information, because they know, these heathens know. When Yasha Allah recognize who they is and they start calling on Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, something gonna happen. But this is Esau's attempt and these other nations' attempt to cut us off from being a nation, keeping the fact that we're Israelites hidden from us. And now we are awakened, the ones that the Most High has allowed to be awakened or has woken up, predestinated to be awakened. We are telling our people, and Esau has them so far gone, so far cut off, to they don't even believe us when we tell them. But again, verse 4, they say, so like if they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against these. So these other nations in their what? Hubris, their overbearing pride, or their presumption, they consented together with one consent. Every last one of these heathen nations are on the planet are confederate against Israel. And Esau had this set up and did this in his hubris. What we all know is the ultimate plans of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai for our people to deal with the things they're dealing with. But then it's also the plan of the Most High to bust Esau up for doing it. But let's continue. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, another name for Edom, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also, or Sur also, is joined with them. They have hold pen the children of Lot. So Esau has gotten together with all these other nations. The tabernacles were Edom, i.e., the Caucasians, Ishmael, or we say Ishmaelites, or the Arabs. You got Moab, the Chinese. You got the Hagarenes, those other one of those one various tribe of the Hamites, Gebal and Ammon, and again Amalek, the Philistines. So Esau went and got the Syrians, the Africans. He went and got some of everybody. Assyrians, Syrians. He went and got some of everybody to get them to consent together to cut us off. What? In hubris, overbearing pride, or presumption. Let's hit Psalm 49. This is another example of Esau having hubris. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Their inward thought is that their house is going to endure forever from generation to generation. They call their lands after their own name. Esau really think that he's going to be in the power seat literally forever. Like he was never ever going to be taken down. Every time they go somewhere and they take over something, they call their lands after their own name. Amerigo Vespucci. Africa, Scipio Africanus. The Philippines, King Philip. And so forth and so on. This is another action, or another action, or whatever you want to call it, of Esau's hubris, or an example of his hubris, his overbearing pride. Now let's go to Psalm 52. Another example. Psalm 52 and 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? This is talking about Esau. Why is he boasting in mischief? Because that's what Esau do. Why? Because why? He has overbearing pride or presumption, i.e. hubris. He loved to commit mischief and then boast about it. And right now he's the mighty man because he's empowered at the moment. But the goodness of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai endureth continually. The goodness of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the prayer of the saints, is that the tabernacles of Edom are going to be destroyed. But while he's yet undestroyed, he's boasting in mischief, showing what? His hubris. Verse 2, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. So Esau's tongue deviseth what? Mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. If you ain't careful, a razor will cut you and you'll never know you cut. You'll never know you injured. You'll never know you hurt. Esau uses his tongue to do these things. Why do you think he can flip the narrative in his his on his media pundits or his media platforms. He can flip the script just with a word. And a lot of the time that word be a bad word to defame you and assassinate your character. But again, thy tongue, verse 2 of Psalm 52, thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Verse 3, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. And that's how Esau get on. He loves evil more than he loves good. And he would rather lie than to speak righteousness. He would rather lie than tell the truth. All in what? Hubris. Verse 4, thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. And Esau's, he loves all devouring words. He like words that always want to demonize you and make you look bad in the sight of others. Things that he want to try, things that can kill your character if you ain't strong enough or if you don't know who you are as a person. And even if you do know who you are as a person, Esau will still attack your character with his deceitful words. That's like sharp like a razor. I'm just going to read down. This is verse 5. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living, Selah. So the Most High is going to destroy Esau. Most High is going to let Esau keep this hubris, keep this overbearing pride and presumption, and he's going to destroy Esau out of the earth and take him away, pluck him out of his dwelling place, take him out of that power seat, and root him out of the land. And eventually, once the Lord take Esau down out of the power seat and put Yasharal up, the fishers that are now fishers are going to turn into hunters in that day. And like I said, we're going to go get them from their hiding places. And after we've gotten them and gotten the use out of them, which is 1,000 years of use, it's also looked at as slavery. But once they give back everything they're going to give back, they're going to be done. Esau's going to be done. That's why it says, he will pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living. That means the Most High is going to get rid of Esau, period. Ain't going to be no more border of Edom, no tabernacles of Edom, or no more border of wickedness on the earth. I'm going to jump down to verse 7. Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches and strengthened himself in his wickedness. Salaki for the background noise. But Esau is the one that didn't make Yahweh his strength. But Esau, he trusted in his abundance of his richness, of his riches, Salakia. And he strengthened himself in the wickedness that he commits, that he's committed. What? In hubris, overbearing pride, and presumption. Psalms 53:1. Another verse that you can, that correlates to this word hubris. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good. So there you go. A fool hath said in his heart, in his mind, that there is no God, there is no power. Esau is that fool that have said this in his hubris, his overbearing pride and presumption. Esau, they say, corrupt are they, and have done abominable iniquity. And Esau is very corrupt, and he has done very abominable iniquities on this earth, unspeakable acts. There is none that doeth good. There is not one natural born, pure blood Edomite that doeth good. Not one. But Jake be like, oh yeah, I found some good master. He's a good one. And then Esau do some junk to him and they feel bad. But let's continue. My last point. This is Psalms 75. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. but it is Yahweh. But Yahweh, so like it, but Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So there you go. Esau, he's proud. What? Esau and his hubris. This is just another, this is more of a more of a wisdom, you know. He says, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked lift not up thy horn. Esau, he tries to lift up his horn. Well, he has through Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, the Lord has allowed him to lift up his horn, i.e. his power. But Esau, he does it now through what? Through hubris, through pride, overbearing pride and foolishness. It's just lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck. And that's what Esau has done. He's lifted his horn, i.e. his power structure or system, up on high, and he speaks with a stiff neck. He makes it, speak with a stiff neck. Basically looking through looking down his nose at people. Like like the old saying goes, yeah, he looking down his nose at people. That's what Esau do. That's that stiff neck. You know what I'm saying? He think he better than everybody. But again, it says promotion comes from neither the east nor from the west nor from the south. So promotion don't come from no other direction, but it comes from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. And the Most High putteth one up, and he taketh one down. That's what he do. Let me check. Let's see. So lock you bear with me. Okay. So yeah, that was it. But yeah, it was just a little lesson on the word Hubris and how Esau walks in his Hubris, and 2/3 of our people, they follow in the footsteps of Esau. So with that, Shalom.